Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the free-to-play account on the test server, and we are looking a little bit more in depth in the gear resonance. So we know going from the tier 0 to the tier 1 gear, we need 60 pieces of gear. Going from the tier 1 gear to the tier 2 gear, we actually need 80 pieces of gear. That is right, guys. We need 80 pieces of tier 2 gear, which means I do have to get 20 more tier 1 gear, and then I have to get the stones. So very interesting. I'm going to see if I can make enough gear, or if I do have enough gear to go ahead and use my tier 2 stones to try to reach the 80 that I need to unlock actually the tier 2 gear. I'm getting into the tier 3 gear. Now, why is this so important, guys? Is when it comes to the gear, it is going to be super important when it comes to the tower progression, especially when you get to the point of fighting multiple teams, and also when you get to the campaign progression and you're actually fighting 3, 4, and 5 teams. You'll find out very quickly that you don't have enough gear to gear up that many teams. So now you're going to have to keep in mind the tier stones that you're purchasing when it comes to the guild store and also the gear itself. So within the guild store, making sure you know exactly where you are, if you need tier 1 or tier 2 stones, if you need the tier 3 stones, because now we are also adding in, of course, the tier 4 stones, guys. We are all the way to tier 4, which I did pick up a couple of those as well. But right now, in total, we need 25 stones. We need 25 pieces of tier 2 gear. I'm hoping I have enough tier 1 to get those, because I want to see, because the other thing that I'm really thinking about is when you're actually adding all of these gear, all of the gear onto your heroes, you are raising your overall combat rating. Now, you do have to be careful with this as well, because of course the combat rating makes a big difference when it comes to the enemies in the Arcade Labyrinth. When it comes to a couple different aspects, I believe the Trials of God use the same. The combat rating does make a difference, because you will actually be facing tougher enemies when you go in here. I believe the Voyage is the exact same. It's based on combat rating, and a lot of things within AFK Arena are based on the combat rating. So looking here, guys, we're going to kind of go through the heroes. So you can see right here, resonate all. Depending on the gear, the current gear is higher. Now, one thing to remember with this gear is it does not contain enchantment bonuses. So it does give you the faction-specific gear, which you'll see actually when I turn that on. So it does turn this to a faction-specific gear. If the enchanted gear is stronger than the faction-specific gear, it will actually just stay with the regular gear, just like you see right here with our mythic tier 1 piece. It is not stronger to turn it into a faction piece with no enchantment. The enchantment is actually much, much stronger than the gear itself, guys. But I do want to burn, again, some of these stones. We have quite a few in here to get some of this tier 2. And I'm just going to use them on whatever we have, because I don't know exactly how much gear that I have. But you'll see now we cannot do the resonate. We can actually not use this function because the tier 2 gear is far superior than our tier 1 gear. So my thought is, once we get our entire resonance gear up to that tier 2 level, so adding a couple more stones in there, we'll actually be able to get the faction back on this one, which is building it up here. So now we're at 57. So we need 23 more pieces of gear to actually level this up, guys. So we have to find, those are all tier 2. We have to find some more tier 1s that we can drop these stones on. I do have a couple different stones in here, and then we have a lot of tier 3 stones. So again, I'm hoping tier 2s, there's a tier 1. Between the stones and the stones that I have within the bag itself, tier 1s, we'll just go ahead and strengthen all of these up. And I want to try to make sure that we don't run out of the tier stones either. Tier 2, there we go. And this is going to make, again, guys, a huge, huge impact when it actually comes to the power overall, the power that I'm going to get out of my combat rating. It's going to make a big difference adding a ton of tier stones. Again, the combat rating is going to be kind of crazy. So all of these are unenhanced, guys. I would need tier 1 on my unenhanced gear, but you can see it goes from no enhancement or no enchantment to faction gear at tier 1. So that is a major, major boost, guys, from 7,050,000 up to 799. So 49K improvement just by enhancing the gear. Again, we are looking for tier 1 gear. And again, I think I do have more than enough stones on here, which we got to deactivate this, see what it really is under here. Tier 2 there. We got some tier 1 boots. We'll take them to tier 2 as well. And we have a tier 1 helmet, again, taking it to the tier 2. Just trying to finish out the gear. Tier 3, of course, Alero right there. Tier 2, tier 3. But we do have a chest piece here. I think we're pretty close, guys, to getting this leveled up. We need 10 more pieces. So we were already down to Damon. And again, I hope I'm not going to run out of gear here. Here's a tier 1. I don't want to have to start using all of these stones for other gear. See, these have no factions on them, or I have no tier. Oh, there we go. So that is a tier 1. We'll take it to a tier 2. Because I don't think I have enough tier 1 stones if we do not have enough of our gear. I think we're down to 7. I think we need 7 more in here. Tier 1. We're getting close, guys. And then again, I can go back and I can outfit all of these heroes now with tier 2 gear, which is going to be huge, guys. It's going to be a huge boost to the power that you have in here. Nemitsu got some tier 1, tier 0 for Nemitsu. A Grez can't do because he's already maxed out. A star is already built as well. Look at Lucretia, guys. We added Lucretia with the tier 4. If you haven't seen the tier 4, attack rating, physical resistance, physical pierce, and crit, that's a pretty big improvement with the amount of damage that she is going to be doing. I believe this might be our last one, guys. If we do all 4 of these pieces, I believe it will take it all to the tier 2. And then we can come right back and we can resonate them all, giving me a huge boost. We're at 136 right now. Library, there it is, guys. We completed our tier 2 gear, which is awesome. Let's go and activate this. Boom, there it is, guys. Resonating gear preview. So all tier 2 gear for all of the heroes, guys. That is awesome looking. So now on to tier 3, 100. Guys, 100 tier 3 stones, which is absolutely incredible. But that means every single one of your heroes would have tier 3 gear, which again is kind of crazy because now looking at our heroes, guys, we can go right back. So we got the tier 2s. We can activate these up. You can see now the tier 2 is adding actually the faction bonuses on there. So we can go back and resonate with a lot of these heroes, guys, and build up all of their tier 2 gear, which is crazy. Which it looks like most of it, it activated it all, guys. Look, Ezio got decked out in tier 2 gear. Look at what he was in. Boom. It puts up his combat rating almost, what, 100? Almost 100K. It put up his combat rating. So it did turn all of them on automatically. Anywhere that I could utilize the gear. Tassie goes to full tier 2 gear. Guys, this is insane. This is awesome. That and again, that's already what are we at, 317? So that has already went. It was 315 when I actually started this and really looked at it. So that took it to 317. But again, the power rating that I'm going to have, and also the ability to go through places like the Brutal Citadel, where I might not have, 5 full sets of Mauler gear, is now looking at a hero like Nemitsu, full tier 2 gear, guys. This is going to make the towers incredibly easy because every single hero is going to have gear. In addition, you don't have to swap gear. That is going to be actually a thing of the past. You can see, guys, every one of these have tier 2 faction gear, which I know deactivating it, getting this built up itself is going to provide me more of a bonus, which I'll actually show you right here, guys. So tier 1 stone, a tier 2 stone, and again, this will still probably swap it to the exact same tier 2 gear. But with the natural advantage, this is the big advantage, guys, is I can actually enchant my gear, which gives it an incredible, incredible amount of increased stats out of the enchantment. So actually having the gear is of course going to be the best, but this is kind of the next best thing, is getting the gear in here that you do not have. It is going to allow you to strengthen your gear up even if you don't have it, which is crazy. And I think one of the biggest ones, guys, is of course looking at a hero like Arthur, where we had Arthur and he has tier 0 gear, no faction bonuses, boom, full tier 2 gear, which is awesome, guys. It's going to make me think to buy stones before gear. But again, it's kind of crazy with how strong these are going to be, guys. So this is actually going to be up in the patch that is dropping today. Crazy to see. So guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. It is such a very cool thing to see. And as always, thank you guys for watching.